tipping the scale. Most of the big buck holders don't really understand for a Commonwealth person that's trying to make it in the world, moving up to the middle class and moving up to wealth. They don't realize how much an apartment rate is for a young kid. So please pay these young workers well. And the people that are trying to get out of apartments into a house, like right above it says, you have to realize they're not making that much to get into a house, okay? And they have to have quite a bit to own a house, or a kid trying to get out of his parents' house. He don't know where to live. There are cheap rate apartments, but they're not. They're most areas ones that look nice, so they have luxury apartments. So we have to pay well and move the Commonwealth up. And like, if you want to pay like a girl working as a waitress or like tip her well, so she can afford all the lipstick she wants, and it goes right back in the economy. The store gets money, the owner, a company that makes the lipstick gets money, and we'll keep on selling products, and we'll keep on doing well. And we should and then most people should not buy things off the internet, but stores are well too, and we should do good with that. Losing train of thought right now, but just Commonwealth people really, and then buying cars and moving up in that class. There should be cheap cars, like I said in the last video. But back to the apartments and moving into houses, Commonwealth people need to be paid a little bit more. Some people, like I said, luxury apartments are pretty what they want. Nobody wants a shabby apartment, and some people don't want to be in apartments no more, and they want to be in houses because they like yards, they like pools, they like all that kind of stuff. Sometimes the house isn't that great, because then you have to learn you got to cut the lawn and stuff. But the luxury apartments are good, but most people want nice ones, so they cost a little bit more. And some people, and the big buck holders that are paying the Commonwealth people to run their companies, don't realize how expensive that is sometimes. And they still have to pay for electric and water, and then they want Netflix, and Netflix is a great service, but it's like $12 and they need regular cable sometimes too. And so they actually pay a lot of services, and we do want people paying for services, because services do help everybody in America. And and you need car insurance just in case there's an accident, because there's many things that could happen on the road. And tipping the scale, Commonwealth people need to be paid more, and the big buck holders have to hold it down and generate venue and companies that give the Commonwealth people money. And little brother helps big brother, and the sky of the eye always watches. And so what dream do you have? Again, chase your stars, chase your eye, and see your beliefs come true, and reach for the sky sometimes. And I don't know what most people's dreams are, but you should always go for them. Don't lay in the bed full of sorrows sometimes, but that's good, because you have to think about why you're here, why you're there, and keep on reaching for the stars, okay? You don't know where your life's going sometimes, but the bed of sorrow is for you sometimes, to figure out what star are you chasing. You're chasing your own heart, and you're chasing your moon. And most people are funny, so take it on the road sometimes. Stand-up comedians are always great. You might end up with an hour special like Kevin Hart or something. And sports, you gotta get your kids in sports if you're some parents, and you should teach them well. Most people are gifted, but most people are challenged too, and like trying to live a proud, happy life, and keep on serving the might and praying to your Lord, and He answers your prayers and wishes. Just tipping the scale again, getting into apartments, into homes. People like luxury apartments, and no apartments that's cheap. So It does cost a lot to live, and we're trying to tip the scale by paying the Commonwealth people a little bit more so that everybody lives a little bit happier. And will you buy a little bit more? Will you buy a little bit more if you made more? Or are you just going to save it? Sometimes you have to save it, but will you buy a little bit more? Put it right back into the system. So good luck, people. Chase stars, and see hope.